This is Tim Thurston from Team-i. I'm with Jamie Marston from Correct Careers Coaching, and we're going to be talking about digital selling. Jamie, I know this is something that actually I think you're very good at. So I'm going to default to you on this one and ask you to lead it. So tell us about how to optimize selling your products and services through digital channels.
Yeah, I mean, what we've got to look at, first of all, it's been a modern society for quite a while now, since the age of Google and the World Wide Web. So digital selling has been more pertinent for any business looking to sell. They can connect with a variety of businesses and a mass population in a particular way. So it's definitely worth understanding the different areas of selling digitally, but also to how to make it compelling for your audience, your target market. Because there is a lot of noise on the internet, especially social media. So how are you approaching and attracting your customers? And not only just that, there's only, so some companies I'm aware of 10 to 15% conversion rates. So what is happening during the process, and how do you actually, convert it to revenue? So we'll just talk about a couple of different types of digital methods for selling and see your thoughts, Tim, and, have some value for the listeners today. So the first one probably be in your website. On your website, you can have a landing page, and you can take details of the individuals who go onto your website, and then you can also follow up by email. You can give free gifts away, and your website really is your shop window. It's got your recommendations on there. It's got maybe the clients you work with, partners, and also more importantly about your business and your offering. So what's your thoughts on utilizing the website to not only attract customers, but how to keep them engaged when they're actually visiting the site in particular?
Yes, it's very fundamental, isn't it, your website? And as you said there, it is the shop window. So I always think of your website as part of something physical within your business. So what is the purpose of your website? Is it just your shop window that you want people to come in and then make contact with you, that you're then going to talk to them? Or is it actually your virtual shop, and people are going to go right through a process and actually check out and buy something from your website? So that's the starting point for me, is understanding what's the purpose of your website and then working back from there. If it's just a question of getting people to know about you and inquire so that you can make contact with them, then as Jamie's you've just pointed out there, Jamie, then getting those leads and emailing people back is important. But there is so much opportunity, isn't there, through e-commerce nowadays, and the way that people do business. Often people don't want interactions if the products and service is simple.
And there is a really good website actually called Lead Forensics. There are a few others out there, but you can actually track customers who are coming to your website. So that's one good way of following up. I think more importantly, what's worked well for me is having a newsletter and having, I'm integrated with MailChimp. So having that on your website, you can get visitors to sign up to it, maybe with a giveaway, and then you can sort of follow up to them by email. So that's a really useful way of digital selling. I think one of the other most pertinent tools of digital methods now is social media. It's free to use. Most people are logging onto it every day. I mean, LinkedIn's got 30 million companies on there and 660 million members. So it's easy to look at when you may be traveling. So how could we utilize social media for selling, Tim?
Yes, so this is a real complex issue for me. There is so much opportunity through social media that I think you need to think what is the most relevant to your business and really make the most of one or two channels. Content is king, so you've got to make sure that your content, whatever social media channel you choose, your content is going to engage your reader or your user and answers the questions that they are asking about your products and services at any relevant moment in time. But then I think, Jamie, probably less is more. What do you think?
Yeah, in a noisy world, I would say less is more. But to be honest, there is actually, most followers on LinkedIn connections I follow around the world, they've been writing quite long text, probably around three paragraphs, and that's getting quite a lot of engagement. So I wouldn't say necessarily less is more on LinkedIn, maybe the amount you post. But actually, if you're giving value in the first two sentences on your social media post, and it's engaging, and it's maybe an emotional story, people are likely to read it. So I think it depends what works for your audience.
I think you've answered that perfectly. I think the less bit is not too many posts, and then the more is really good quality posts. I agree with that.
Yeah, quality over quantity always, Tim. So for me, I mostly use LinkedIn, and there's various ways of using it. You can write your article, show you're an expert in your field. I know we've done a radio piece on articles and blog writing before. And, you know, it's about engagement. You know, it's really strengthening know, like, and trust. And you can certainly private message. LinkedIn Navigator, I've heard mixed reviews on. So it's about building relationships first, and then you can approach them, you know, for a discovery call or to, you know, chat further about the business. I will give one good tip away. You know, video and audio messages seem quite good. And you can do that in a direct message in LinkedIn. And the reason for that is because it's very personalized. You're not, you know, I would say people just copy and paste messages. You do personalize them. But when you actually take the time and consideration to do a video audio message, it really shows your customer, you know, basically that you've gone the extra mile for them. So another good topic really is looking at, you know, magazines or paid for advertising. This is certainly your area of expertise, Tim. So what's your thoughts on utilizing that online?
Yes, I think it's quite interesting. I'm not sure that the page-turning magazines are that well consumed. Certainly when I was in the industry, they weren't particularly well consumed. It's a nice piece of added value for an advertiser to say that they're in a page-turning magazine, but I'm not sure that they're consumed that well. If they come up in searches, which they sometimes do, then obviously there's a capability there. But I'm not really sure if you're an individual business to produce your own online magazine is really adding an awful lot of value. If it's part of a package, when you buy advertising, you're going into basically a PDF version of a product, and I think that's fine. But to do something yourself, I think you're better off to have quality content on a platform that's searchable, such as LinkedIn and your own website.
Brilliant. Well, to leave you know, a final word and value for the listeners today, I will say that, you know, a good thing to do is maybe look at some form of advertising, like Google advertising. I've heard is quite good in attracting people to your website, and we've explained the benefits of a website, but also what to measure. You know, so my personal opinion is cost per clicks. If anyone's clicking on your website, they're obviously interested. So that's the point where you need to follow up with them. And your final thoughts, Tim?
I think some good information there, Jamie. Get your website properly structured, understand what that's about, have a cohesive plan that links all of your digital channels together. Make sure that you're posting quality content and don't try and overpost and make too much noise.
Great.
Thanks for your time, Jamie.
Thank you very much, Tim.